Islamic banking assets in Africa are expected to increase noticeably over the next 10 years, given the continent's large Muslim population. According to Moody's Investor Service, there is a huge potential for growth in the sector, given the growing population and the low starting base. This is changing the Islamic banking sector despite rising competition from conventional banks. CGTN's Nick Mudimba has more.
There are some 530 million Muslims in Africa, or around 40% of the continent's population. In North Africa, there are more than 90% Muslims, which is actually higher than Malaysia's 60%, of course, and comparable to Gulf nations. Islamic banking assets in Africa are expected to increase noticeably over the next 10 years, given the continent's large Muslim populations, according to Moody's Investor Service. Now, despite the rising competition from the conventional banks in Africa that makes for a difficult environment for developing the Islamic banking industry, they have continued to thrive. Islamic banking assets in Africa comprised only 2% of global and less than 10% of total domestic banking assets in most African countries as at the end of 2021. Now, in addition to Islamic financial institutions, many reputable conventional banks in Africa have formed Islamic divisions where they offer services that are compliant with Sharia. This includes Sterling Bank PLC of Nigeria, Ecobank, and of course, Absa Bank. Now, a look at Nigeria, which has the biggest Muslim population in Africa. The size of the Nigerian Islamic finance industry is estimated at $2.9 billion at the end of 2022. The long-term potential is significant as Nigeria has the largest Muslim population in Africa with a large unbanked population.